In March last year, I recorded a video called How I'm Developing Creative Disciplines in My Life, and I went through the daily, weekly, and monthly creative disciplines that I'd set myself for the year of 2023. This video is going to be about how did those go, am I carrying any of them on, what did I learn, and what is my plan and my creative disciplines for 2024 and beyond.
Okay.
So the first one is daily habits, and last year I set myself the daily challenge of taking a photo each day using BeReal. Now I really like the idea of BeReal. I love the whole like double camera thing. I love the you have to just go with what you've taken type thing, but if I'm honest, I lost interest in it pretty quick. Once I had more than about 5 friends, it just became sort of like a social media traffic jam like the other apps, and found myself not keeping up with it. And to be honest, I don't really like taking photos with my iPhone. The camera on this iPhone that I have, the 14 Pro, I don't think I've disliked a camera as much, maybe ever, that I've ever owned. I really don't like the camera. It uses loads of software to process stuff, and yeah, I wish I could have my old iPhone 10 back with a better battery.
Boom.
The next section I want to talk about is our monthly creative discipline, which was a monthly vlog. Now I started this way before I did my creative disciplines challenge. I'd been doing this since October 22, when we left our flat in London. It was just a way to show our friends and family what we were up to, where we were and what we were doing. And at first we definitely really enjoyed it, but from a creative point of view, it kind of got to the stage where we weren't really making anything exciting or interesting anymore. Not because life wasn't exciting or interesting. Kind of got to a place where I felt like I was reporting my hours of the kind of stuff I'm up to at the end of the month, hoping that I'd done stuff worthwhile and hoping that people would think I was doing stuff worthwhile. And you know, you have months that are amazing and busy and full of exciting and fruitful things, and then you have months that aren't. And it felt weird trying to make all the months seem good when maybe they weren't actually good. So we ended it November 2023 with an episode of us moving here into our new apartment. It was like a 25-month gap of not having a home, but having a vlog instead.
Big shot.
Now, weekly. Now, this is the challenge that I enjoyed the most. It's the one that challenged me the most. It was the hardest. It was the one I had to put the most amount of effort into. And it's the one that in some ways to me felt like it had the biggest consequences. I decided I wasn't going to take anything off my Instagram grid last year as part of that challenge. And that might not sound like a big deal, but because I kind of make my living doing video and photography, having something that I'm not proud of visually on my feed, you know, technically it's a bad advertisement for me. And I mean, I don't think it would put someone off. Like, the post would have to be really bad, but it kept the pressure on to make sure I was posting good every single week. Now, it really was a discipline, this one. It was hard to try and keep up with. There was probably only 2 months that I left it really to the last minute, because I stuck to my guns on this and didn't shoot outside of my allotted hours. Once it got to Saturday night, like midnight, I wasn't allowed to shoot. That was it. The week was over. 1 month, I ran out of time, shot some stuff that I really wasn't proud of. It's gone now because I've deleted it, but had to leave it on for the rest of the year. I can't remember which week it was. I'll put it on the screen. The other one that I really left it to the last minute, I did actually manage to pull some photos out of the bag that I really liked. So good training. It really worked well. I think I really achieved what I wanted to in my own personal journey with photography and learning what I like and what I don't like. But I'm really glad I did it. I did get to the end, which I'm really proud of. And I actually have some stuff to show for it as well, which is kind of cool. Check this out.
Boom.
Okay, so what I have here is one of my Christmas presents from Paige, which was she took these books, she made these books, and they're made up of the different photos that I did for my monthly challenge. So there's 3 volumes here covering from January, and I think she managed to get it all the way up to middle of December, and then, you know, the laws of physics started to apply and she couldn't put photos into a book that hadn't been taken yet. So I think maybe the last 2 weeks of December are missing, but no biggie for me. Maybe we'll get them printed, but it sums it up. It was a very nice gift from Paige, and it's helped me really remember the challenge and enjoy it kind of even more in the past, looking at the journey. So yeah, that's a good one. 2024, what are my creative disciplines for this year? Well, I can tell you with the daily, weekly and monthly challenges that I did before, I'm not going to do any of them. I'm done. The reason I'm not going to do it is because even though it was good practice and good discipline, in all three of those areas, it really did get to a place where I felt like I was documenting and not creating. And it's like I wasn't able to make things that didn't fit into this daily, weekly, monthly category, because in terms of time of the week and just creative energy, all of it was going into either paid client projects, and when it came to the personal stuff, just those three things. I mean, not really daily, but most of these things involved personal YouTube, personal Instagram. But it's actually been on my heart for a long time to launch a kind of photography specific Instagram account, which I have done now, called Prayertography. It's kind of like a 3-year-old idea that I've had, but I've just been waiting to do it, and I didn't feel like last year I had the creative energy to pull it off and to get it going. Whereas this year, I feel like most of my photography side of my brain is probably going to go towards that project, and it's not actually a project just for my own images. It's something I want to include other people's work in as well, but that's where I want to put a lot of my photo side of things, and I actually want to make a lot of videos for it as well, so being intentional with that. Same when it comes to the YouTube side of things. Last year, me and Paige were putting out these monthly videos, and it was, even though we weren't putting a lot of effort in, it was enough effort for us to not do anything else with our YouTube account. The only other thing really that went down last year was Paige did a series leading up to her 30th birthday, which hopefully a lot of you guys have seen, which was really good. But trust me, that took it, like that was a lot of work for her to do, and doing that on top of other things wouldn't have worked. Like, she could sustain it for the 15 weeks that she did it, but it was a lot of work, so probably wouldn't have wanted to have done it much longer. Final thing to mention is just that emphasizing I want to create, not document, and to do that it means I need to actually create a little less than I did last year. I'm not interested in journaling my life. Last year I did actually feel quite exposed as to the fact that anyone who followed my accounts, which were private, they knew where I was, they knew what I was up to, they knew what I achieved through the vlog. They knew a lot. If like, you could read into what I was posting a lot last year and figure out a lot about my movements and my life. And yeah, if I'm honest, I don't want to be that vulnerable on my social media accounts.
No ketchup.
So that's about it really. I would say these challenges have made me learn a lot more about what I like visually when it comes to photography. I've learned a lot about what I don't like. It's definitely like refined my eye to finding the things that I'm into and making those, and yeah, doing it on a weekly basis like that pushed me out of my comfort zone. I'm genuinely happy and proud that I managed to pull it off. I really thought there'd be a week where I would flop and wouldn't work. I would just say there's really just that one week where I wasn't happy with the images and I was disappointed pressing upload. Everything else might not be the best, but thank you for watching this video. Hope it makes sense. Hope you carry on following along the journey. Prayertography account is where I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. And if you want to rewatch the Creative Disciplines video from last year and see how much I messed up or how much I succeeded, feel free to check that out. But thanks for following along, and hopefully we make lots of cool stuff on this channel this year. Love you guys lots. Bye.
Boom. Man's gonna come back in.